the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A-plus finals. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. We're leaving the kings of all crowns. Are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, y'all, keep it flow. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all, keep it flow. Are you ready? Set? Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, we giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind?
EA Sports coverage of the NFL is in Houston, in the Space City at NRG Stadium. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
We're going, let's go. Watch out. Undercut.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. On second down, Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. From the gun, here's Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on 4th down here early in the game.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Cousins. And he's got the hook pickup here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Throwing his Cousins. Going up top. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 36 yards on the play. First down, here's the run with Cook. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. To throw on 2nd and 6, Cousins, flush to his right. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Mike Zimmer's made the decision. His guys will go for 2.
Ready? Check, check.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And that is going to be caught. And it moves the lead to 8-0. Well, I guess the opening drive touchdown wasn't enough. They wanted 2 instead of 1 on top of that.
So this team is obviously going for the crusher. All right, they don't want to mess around with just kicking the standard extra point and kind of letting you off the hook for giving up a touchdown. Now they want to really rub your face in it and say, guess what? We're going to be doing this all game long.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 22. A shotgun snap for Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Watson. Open man is QT, complete. A first down there on a pickup of 25. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. Now Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches, so as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
At 24. Kill.
Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. From the gun, here's Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. The 20. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 1 quarter down, 8-0 the score. Second and goal from inside the 5.
Shift. Check four. Say. Hey, I got him. That's me. Watch it. Check 9. Check. Check 49.
And they'll give Miller another crack. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Taking it in from 4 yards out as they are now on the board here in the first half. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
On second down and 4, Cousins. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Cook with a first down and much more. 17 yards, first down Vikings.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 45-yard line.
Check. Check 3. Hey, flip him.
Now a run with Cook. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Cousins eluding the pressure right. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Cousins the thrower. And that is incomplete.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Now Cousins. This is Johnson. He's got it. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Flushed out right. He'll hit his running back, Amir Abdullah. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there, first down Vikings.
Mike.
2 minutes even in what's been a tight first half. 8-7 our score. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Rudolph on the receiving end from Cousins. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Escaping the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Well, partner, let's put a bow on the Super Bowl for Kansas City. What a comeback win. Yet another come-from-behind victory for Patrick Mahomes and company. An absolute heartbreak for San Francisco.
Didn't Madden predict Kansas City would win the game?
Yes, 35-31, I believe they predicted.
I felt like most of the predictions I saw had the game in the 30s, so a little bit lower scoring than we expected. But a lot of fireworks down the stretch, all by Kansas City. But how about San Francisco? Had the lead in the ball, under 12 minutes to go, and held Kansas City to 10 points through 3 quarters. And somehow they're winging.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So 2 successful 2-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or 2-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Out of the gun, Watson. He's got Fuller. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson, it's complete to Fuller. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Watson now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
Motion.
Again, it's Watson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Kill. Check. Let him go.
Throwing again is Watson. Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the return will stop right around the 25. Trying to get it that time to Stills. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Let's go, dude. Tighten up. Let's go, dude. Tighten up.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. Cousins on 3rd and 2. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Let's go.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Hey, if you kill it, motion me out.
After the interception, here's Watson. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Intended for QDOGDOG334's. Brings up 2nd and 10.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. Well, a gutsy call there. You exit the locker room with a lead. Tried the onside kick. It didn't work.
And you just wonder what the gain was there. They're already in the lead. They were in control of the game. They may have given momentum now to their opponent and maybe kick-started things going in the opposite direction.
Check motion. 85. Twist.
Now a first down throw, Watson. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
59. Echo. He's Mike right there. 40's Mike. Let's go heavy. Let me what you got.
On first down, Watson got an open man. It's QT. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
At the Vikings' 20-yard line.
54. Tighten up. Hey, 31.
Watson now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Anthony Barr able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
24. Check 31. Check 24. Check 13.
Third and long, it's Watson. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Anthony Barr picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And he'll find QT on the right side complete. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Kiki QT 39 yards as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And it's good. It cuts it to 2. 16-14 our score. 16, so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On third down, Cousins.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help.
There he goes, right side. 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, 71 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Watson on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Anthony Barr able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Check 24, check 24. Check.
Check the pass. Hey, 59.
Out.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
59. 54.
Check 3.
Back. 59.
Wide. Get wide. Hey, alert 3. Watch safety creep.
To throw is Watson. Here's Fuller with a catch. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 23 yards the pickup there.
That's good for a Texans first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Watson now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10.
Joker.
Hey, 59.
Sponge. No. Switch. Motion.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
24 is down, he's coming. 24, in the air.
Watch out.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Throw left side complete. It's Fuller. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Undercrush. SOS. Slam.
Hey, 31.
Rush in.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson. He finds Hopkins complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 35.
Texans, first down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
24 is down, he's coming.
Yeah, check. Hey, Mike. Hey, no, let's switch the mic right here. We'll go Mike 40. Double dog. That's the way. Check. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Shit. Check 4.
Watson with a give to Miller.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Hey, 59.
Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. Going to throw deep for the end. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, 27 yards, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely.
It got his man complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. Cousins finding Diggs on a big one. 49 yards.
Vikings first down.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. On 2nd and 9, Cousins. And Diggs has it. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. And now a timeout taken here defensively with 2:07 remaining. So they'll also have the stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful. And now they have to deal with second and very long. To throw is Cousins. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Fourth down, Cousins. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Former Buckeye first-rounder Garyon Conley there to knock that away. So they'd converted their first 2 fourth-down attempts. Not there. Now they're 2 for 3.
You think maybe the offense coordinator expended a little capital on that one? You know, when you're 2 for 2, you can lobby for that third one, right? Didn't get it there. Maybe now the head coach might not be so eager to go for it as we go forward.
Check, check. 40's mine. 40's a mine. 40's a mine. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Hey, 24.
Under team.
He's back to throw. This is Miller, complete. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that'll make it second and short. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Check safety, check safety.
Play action from Miller. Now Watson. He's going to let it fly. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up third down. Nearly an interception. If that one's picked off, it's over. So a new lease on life, so to speak.
A lot of times when you're in coverage, you're so focused on the man and the coverage that sometimes the ball, if it arrives, it surprises you. That may have happened to him in that situation.
Back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So they were in field goal range, a chance to get this one to OT. Got a little greedy going for the win, cost him the game.
Not just a little greedy, now a little lost because of what ended up happening. Just what you stated there, they're in field goal range. Instead of getting conservative, they decided to press it, maybe try and win it right now. Instead, the whole thing backfired.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. They're going to try and run. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they Couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
26.
Switch it.
Hey, alert. Adam, go.
Fresh off the pick six, it's Watson. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, 59. Hey, 54. Alert.
Watch the whip.
Hey, 54.
He's crashing.
Now Watson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
In your face.
Following the interception, Cousins. He's going to air one out. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Throwing here, Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Cousins to throw. Going deep for Diggs. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Now a desperation throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days,
Up this magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You could see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. When I've been magic with the game.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL is in Houston, in the Space City at NRG Stadium. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Here we go. Back man. 180.
Off the run. They're running it.
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Watch it.
Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. Caught by the tight end Ertz. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Hey, kill. Hey, forward, kill. Hey, exit.
Now Wentz. Completes it to Aguilar. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
Here we go. 180. Let's go. 657.
Mike 20.
Hey, Haywood.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. This is caught by Jackson. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Hey, come on, lefty. Come get some. Come on here, come get some. Here, one.
The great 57.
Kill. Turn up.
Bravo.
Mike 20. Hey.
On first down, Wentz. It's caught by Aguilar. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Here we go. 180. You ain't doing nothing.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And that will be incomplete. Former Buckeye first-rounder Garyon Conley there to knock that away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
On 4th down, out is the punter Cameron Johnston to boot it away. Back deep for the Texans, Will Fuller. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Hey, set. 19. 47. 59.
Let's go. Bravo. Jim. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 6-yard line.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Watson. It's complete to Fuller. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3.
Out of the gun, Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way, oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
A first down carry now for Miller. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6 at the Eagles' 28-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Ready for this, man. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football. Check 31, check 31. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Showing it. Showing 24. Check 13.
A shotgun handoff now to Miller. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. Now the Texans will burn the first. To their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
You can't block me. Kill. Hey, turn it up.
On first down, Watson. And the catch made by Hopkins. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. On 2nd down, here's Miller. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
Go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The throw by Wentz, caught by Jackson. 22 yards there, a first down.
Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20. Get that quarterback. Check it back.
82.
Play action. Now Wentz. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line.
Come on, fellas.
It's a big play there for the Eagles. 51 yards. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
Trying to punch it in with Howard. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Brings up second and goal at the 2-yard line.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Taking it in from 2 yards out as they are now on the board here in the first half. And, Charles, when you catch that toss going right or left, really, but right in this instance, do you go straight for the pylon? Is that where you're going?
Well, typically you want to try and maneuver people a little bit so you have some space to get to the pylon. So I want to make sure I try and move them a little bit to the inside, and in this case to the left, so I can get to the right side and get to that pylon and wink at it as I go by.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Tight dog. Slam. Shoot.
Back to the air, Watson on second down. And Stills bringing it in. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
We got three.
First down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Watson on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Check 24. Shoot. Watch the shoot. Hey, check 24.
Throwing again is Watson. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans.
You got tight. Back. Wide. Get wide. Hey, alert 3. Watch safety 3.
3rd and long. It's Watson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
It's caught by Sanders. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
74.
Wentz now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. A final shot before half for Wentz. Flush to his right. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports halftime report. Coach? And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. With that incompletion, a chance to mention the awards. Now with the season over, Lamar Jackson, as we speculated, he's the MVP, Coach of the Year. John Harbaugh, Lamar's coach. Michael Thomas, Stephon Gilmore, Offensive and Defensive Players of the Year. Offensive and Defensive Rookies of the Year. That went to Kyler Murray and Nick Bosa. And the Comeback Player of the Year, Charles, Ryan Tannehill, no surprise there.
Not to mention the #1 award that the NFL gives out, the one that they give the most, that credence isn't the right word, the most attention to, and the one that they want trumpeted the most. That's the Walter Payton Man of the Year, because that represents the totality of a player in the NFL, not just what they do on the field, but off the field as well. And that goes to Calais Campbell, the defensive tackle for the Jacksonville Jaguars. What a great award. Congratulations, Calais.
On 1st down, it's Miller. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Rush it. Motion.
54.
On 2nd and a couple. Watson, it's complete to Hopkins. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Let's go, D.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
No. 22, Jet, Bama. 22, Jet, Bama.
24.
Kill.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Miller. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9 at the 23-yard line.
Play action for Miller. Now Watson. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. This defense tried to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
Throwing on third down, Watson. He's got Fuller. And he's going to be marked down short of the first down, right around the 17. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
I smell 55. I smell it.
Hey, 24.
49, check 49, check 49. Alert flag, rotate.
Hey, 29.
On fourth down, Watson. And he's got it. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on fourth down to bring up first and goal.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it.
First take.
Under 10. Check 52. Check safety.
Alert. Line up. Go.
They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal.
At the 3-yard line.
Watson now to throw. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. From 3 yards out. And the Texans have taken the lead.
All drives that result in points hurt a defense, but when they are the sustained variety, play after play, and they just can't get off the field and stop them, that can be demoralizing.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Let's get to some Hall of Fame talk while we have a second, because last week we mentioned the 15 guys that we knew were going into the Hall. 5 added: Isaac Bruce, Steve Hutchinson, Edgerrin James, Steve Atwater, and Troy Polamalu. You think about it, CD. For Polamalu, it was his first year of eligibility. People knew he would go in. Atwater was his 16th year. He had to wait a long time.
He certainly did, and I often wonder about the psychology of it all, because when you're young in your career, meaning young retired, right, these things mean something to you, but I don't know if they hit with the same impact as it will for Steve Atwater. 16th year. Now, I think Steve would like somewhere to be a happy medium. Maybe the 8th year would have been a lot better. But the bottom line is, the older you get, boy, imagine the emotions running through there, the validation, probably haven't had the applause in a long time. That's going to come back to you now. Troy Polamalu, he essentially stepped off the field and into the Hall of Fame, but it doesn't matter. Bottom line is getting there. Congratulations to all.
From the 36, Wentz rolling, looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And it's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
We'll see if they can do it here. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. The sack there by J.J. Watt.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wentz. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Throwing now is Wentz. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. This is caught inside the 15. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer, and likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. He'll buy some time right. And it's caught. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Going for it with Sanders, and he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. They stop him on 4th and goal at the 3. And his Texans defense comes up with a goal line stand. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Turnover that just got them the football back. Obviously a big one, because had they been able to score on the... Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do.
Great 15. Great 15.
Hey, Delta. Mike 20. Go. Go. Hey, Mike 20. Mike.
Hang in there.
Looking to throw again on second down. Wentz. It's brought in by Jeffrey. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Shotgun now for Wentz. Forced out to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Wentz on the give to Sanders. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Hey, orbit. 61, matchbox lights. Sunday.
Working from the gun, Wentz. They'll roll him out right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 22 yards there, a first down. Throwing is Wentz. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 15.
Playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. Robert, you wanna be famous, They Ella, they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the